Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video here on XRP. We're going to do a full update here, talk about the technicals. We have dropped down a fair bit since yesterday, completely following Bitcoin. I mean, the price action you're seeing right now, this slow grind down, while losing leverage is exactly the same as what Bitcoin is doing, but that was also to be expected. I mean, we should not forget that at this point of time, the correlation between XRP and Bitcoin, this is incorrect. I actually don't have the actual correlation data, but I think it's still above 80%. I mean, this data is just incorrect, but all right. So it's still very, very high. Yesterday we saw that XRP BTC was also at a resistance or not yet very strong. So that's also yesterday why I told you I think it's most likely we're still going to get that pullback, and that's what we are in the middle of. All right. So the main question right now for XRP remains, all right, well, what can we expect? We now have pretty good support. If you zoom out here, pretty good support between 2.06 all the way down to 1.96, 1.95. 1.95 being the ultimate last support level of this range right here, and then 2.06 being the value area low. But we still do. I mean, I'm not sure if most of you still keep an eye on this, but we still do have a fair bit of imbalance all the way down to 1.85. So I kind of wanted to talk about whether that's a possibility, yes or no, and just in general how to see that. Now, my analysis hasn't really changed. All right, what I told you yesterday is that I thought it was most likely we would reject from this resistance level right here at 2.17, 2.18 into 2.06 at least, potentially dropping down lower into 1.96, 1.95, and then from there, from there, I expected us to hold support and also get some bullish momentum into 2.3 and into the POC at 2.4. I still think this is most likely. However, we do have to add some nuances, all right? Because, like I said, XRP is very correlated to Bitcoin, and Bitcoin at this point of time still has a massive amount of support around 83,000. So there is no imminent risk of a pullback all the way into the low 80s. But we do have to ask ourselves the question that, all right, well, let's suppose that Bitcoin actually does drop down all the way to the range lows right here. So that's 81 and 80,000. Will XRP be able to hold this entire level? For now, I would say yes, but I do think you need to be, like, if you want to position yourself in XRP, outside of spot, I mean, spot is look, if you believe in a project long term, I mean, spot is definitely a possibility. But we're talking here about some margin trading. If you want to buy XRP in this area, I do think you need to keep this imbalance into account. All right. I mean, if we go back to the TPO of that price action there, we have a single print all the way at 1.87, and single prints, I mean, eventually they tend to get filled. Same thing with fair value gaps. Now that might still take a couple of weeks, but I do think you need to be prepared for the scenario that it's actually this week. All right, and that we have a bearish Jerome Powell speech tonight, who is giving a speech of the Federal Reserve tonight, and that XRP can spike down that low. Now, like I said, ultimately I still think 1.95 is going to hold as the last support level, and I think we have a good chance to even hold this support level or just above $2. But I think you need to be prepared for price action like this. All right, so as long as you're prepared for that, as long as you take that into account with positioning, I think we're fine. And I think we also saw some real strength over the course of the end of last week, but also the weekend. So that gives me some confidence that we can still move into those higher levels. Excuse my nose, by the way. It's incredibly bad again. So that gives me confidence we can actually get that move up. It's just for now, it's about finding that support. So yeah, I'll keep you updated on that. For now, I think that's what you need to know. So thank you for watching. Take care and bye.